Hey, this is Sasha. Thanks for joining me in today's video. I want to share with you some insight about how to buy shares of stock lower and continue to accumulate shares for stocks you're looking to have a long investment on. It's not something that most people know about as much, but I want to share with you some thoughts. Like if you've got a full-time job, how do you buy some more shares as the stock keeps going down without totally being invested in trading or the trading platform? So I'm going to share this with you. This is a lot of the stuff that I go over in the coaching and mentoring program that I offer. If you want to work with me for more than 2-3 months at a time, you can book a coaching session and we can kind of work together and see how things go from there. So definitely check that out. And you can also see a lot of great courses if you're kind of a self-study person. Just visit our website at tradersfly.com. I'll give you more insight there. Okay, so let's get started on the panel. And this is the Thinkorswim panel from TD Ameritrade. If you're interested in accumulating shares, like take a look right here. I've got some Apple shares right here. I've got 8 shares accumulated, 8 Delta, 8 shares. Okay, it's up $11. Not a big thing. But let's say I wanted to accumulate some shares of Apple if it continues to go down and I'm working full time, I can't watch it. How do I go ahead and set that up? So how do I buy some shares at, let's say, $136.95, 131, 126, and just continue to accumulate? Well, here's one thing you can do. Depending on how often you're kind of working through things, if you're, let's say, able to check on things once a week, it's going to be different than if you can check things every night when you get home from work, or if you're only checking things once a month. So it's going to be different. So you'll be able to space things out. But the way that we're going to approach this is we're going to go ahead and do a good till cancel order. So if I wanted to just go ahead and accumulate some shares of Apple, what I could do is right click and buy. Okay, so I'm just looking to buy some shares. So this is going to put up my total, and you could do something as simple as 1 share. You don't have to go in and do 50 or 100 all at once, because that's kind of a silly point to do it all at once. And in fact, nowadays the commissions are just almost nil to zero. So we'll just do 1 share. And what I could do is look at the current price. Current price is 141. So why don't I say, okay, well, I'm going to get 1 share at 138, and I'll go just throw a different number out there, 138.93. And instead of good till cancel for the day, I'm going to go ahead and do a good till cancel. And then boom, I'm going to send that order in, pop that in there. And now I got that order sitting there. It's working. It's trying to buy that share for $138.93. But right now the current price is 141.82 or 81. So it's constantly wiggling around. Now, if it does come back, let's say this week, I'll get those shares. I'll get that 1 share added. And that's how I'm accumulating shares, how I can accumulate shares. And I can put this order in at night, and then that order will be good there, sitting there. So if you've got a full-time job, you can just have that order working there and letting it sit. Now, if you're doing this only once a week or once a month, now how do you do this in a different way? Well, I could go ahead and put another order in like this. And I'll just go, I just did a right click analyze the trade, but I could do, again, let's say a 136, and I'll do 23 this time. I'll go ahead and double click this, and you try to send this in, you don't have a good till cancel. So that's going to be a problem. There's one way to go around it. Right click, create a duplicate order, and you'll be able to switch to a good till cancel. Or if you do send it in, confirm and send, then what you can do is go back to the top. And then what it'll do, actually kept the good till cancel from that other one. So you can see right there, it's good till cancel. If you didn't, you could cancel and replace the order right here. And then what it'll do is you'll be able to switch it from the day to good till cancel. Okay, so I'm going to delete this. So how do we go ahead and fill this up with a lot of orders? So I got one share, 1 share, 1 share, 1 share. Well, here's what I could do. I could go ahead and buy, and now change the order type from single to blast all. And I'm going to go ahead and just do 2 shares for every time. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is switch this to good till cancel on the order type. And now I'm going to go in for a 135.71. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate it. Sorry. Right click, create a duplicate order, create a duplicate order, create a duplicate order, create a duplicate order. So you can see I've got a lot of duplicate orders. So I'm going to start switching some of these numbers. 132. 25. I'm going to go 125, let's say 75. I'll put another order in of, let's say, 122. Let's say the stock really drops. Okay. And let's say the stock drops some more. Okay, depending on how often you check it, right? If you check it more often, you might not need to do something like this. But if you don't check it that often, you could put in a bunch of orders in here. And now I've got this sitting in here. Look at that. Look at all those orders right there. Good till cancel, confirm and send. It's going to show you all these buy two, buy two, buy two at these different prices. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and send that in. And what you'll notice now is I've got 2 shares, looking to buy 2 shares at all those different spots. Now you may say, well, why don't you just put in 50? Why don't you put in 100? Well, then what I'm going to do is concentrate all my risk at that one price I buy at. So I'm spreading out that price risk in different spots. Anyways, this is how you could do it. Now that order will be sitting there today, tomorrow, the next day until I'm ready to kind of get out of it. Or like, hey, if it's not working, things aren't looking good, I'll just right click, cancel that order, and then I'll be out of it. But other than that, these orders are now sitting there waiting to get filled, and I'm just waiting for the price to come to me. It's kind of like buying things on sale. You're waiting for that sale to come up, and then you go ahead and get it from the retail storefront kind of thing. So that's what we're doing here. We're just letting this kind of sit, hold steady, and we'll see if we get back, we get some more shares to keep accumulating this kind of concept at lower values. So anyways, that's basically it from a starting point. This is how you could go ahead and accumulate some shares and buy things at lower value, especially if you've got a full-time job and if you're working. It's one way of doing it. So anyway, thanks for joining me. Hope you go ahead and check out some of the courses, or if you want to meet together, do a one-on-one, or even work with me for 3 months, 6 months at a time. That's typically what most people do. And then we can go ahead and really get you more insight about trading options, looking at the market, or even doing some charting work together. So anyways, I hope you join me. I'll see you next time. Take care.